To the results of preseason NBA games unless they support my narrative. And you know I'm a big Ben Simmons and Bill Simmons supporter. I love Ben Simmons. I'm predicting a great year for Ben Simmons and the Nets. And I'm so high on Ben Simmons because he can do what he did last night. He can't shoot jump shots, but he can play defense. Last time he was in the NBA, he was voted second defensive player of the year, and he showed why last night against the Bucks in Milwaukee. Giannis got 20, but a lot of that came at the end. It was Ben Simmons locking Giannis down throughout the game with some help from Nick Claxton that really made the difference, and again solidified my feeling that this is going to be a good year for Ben Simmons when he reemerges onto the NBA scene.
I agree with you, my brother, and I appreciate that this has actually been a safe and legitimate critique when necessary of Ben Simmons. The one thing we didn't do is slander him when he didn't play in Philly. A lot of people were calling him names. And like I told you on and off wax, an NBA player doesn't choose back surgery. I'm still trying to figure, how did he pass his physical when he got traded? And now that he's on the floor, let's talk about his production. Shooting runners with his right hand in the lane with confidence.
That one.
Shooting them with confidence. Shooting the jump hook with his right with confidence. Now, I will point out, he's still shooting his free throws with his left hand, which I've said for years he's shooting with the incorrect hand outside of the paint. But his height, his confidence, his ball handling, his playmaking, and just to see a smile on his face. Jacoby, you know I've gotten a chance to talk to him. I've got a chance to analyze his game. And there's been a lot of turbulence since the Sixers lost to the Hawks a couple of years ago as an upstart team in the East, while the Sixers were talking about doing a process. And he struggled in those fourth quarters, and he wanted out of Philly. He took his time, he got out of Philly. Now he gets a chance to reinvent himself with the Nets. And you're right, not only great D on Giannis, but one-on-one against Giannis.
Yep.
On the post, which is gonna be invaluable as they move forward. And also, I want to acknowledge both of their centers who played well, scoring the ball, getting rebounds. And also, each of their great players now get a chance to allow him to dribble the ball 60 feet and then give it to KD in an operating position. Sometimes give it to Kyrie in an operating position to keep their usage low. So everybody talks so much about minutes, but it's about usage. On that play, he literally just dribbled it up, gave it to KD. KD never took a bounce, shot a one-leg post-up. Easy money sniper. And so as the Nets continue to progress, and you're right, we're not gonna overreact to one preseason game.
I will.
But I acknowledge to you, him playing small ball 5 while still handling the ball is going to make them one of the most dynamic offenses in the NBA. Let's just hope he can stay healthy.
It certainly feels like the top of the East will be the Bucks, the Sixers, and the Nets in some version. You could sell me on all 9 combinations of what that looks like. Maybe 6, my math isn't good, but who knows what will happen at the top of the East. That's why this season is so fun.
Okay, so let's flip to the Nets side of things because Doris Burke was on the call last night. Didn't mince words from what she observed from Ben Simmons. Take a listen to this.
I still want to see Ben when he gets downhill right now in the preseason. Like, I want him thinking score. I want him thinking I'm going in there to get contact. I'm going to make sure my back is good. Because as he told Cassie, I've got to play through my mistakes and I've got to get myself back to where I'm comfortable.
Simmons alive in the hoop and he slams for 2.
When you get downhill like this, when you take the screen, get below the free throw line, your first thought has got to be score. Against Miami, he didn't look to do that.
Looking to attack.
Because the pass becomes easier at that point.
Simmons, great pocket pass, sharp, and one.
This is just great to see. It's great to see.
So that's what Doris Burke was saying, but this is what Ben Simmons said following in response to our Nick Friedel. Quote, "It finds me all the time, and it doesn't stop. Sometimes I'm even sick of it, but then I'm like, okay, I'm Ben Simmons. You know, it comes with being Ben Simmons because people know what I can do, what I'm capable of. I believe that is it. Like, if I was somebody that wasn't capable of doing certain things, I don't think people would be on my ass as much." Richard, your response to what we heard from Doris and Ben Simmons there.
I think they're both correct. I think they are both correct. Part of the reason why he's such a great passer is because, and look, Jason Kidd was very, very similar. Jason Kidd would have a layup and kick it out to somebody for a three. Jason Kidd would have a layup and kick it out. Ben Simmons gets into that paint, and he's not necessarily looking at the rim. That was one of the things for Jason Kidd as you know, we started to become a better team. He would start to look to score more, but Ben Simmons is a natural passer. So when he gets into that paint, even if he does have a layup, and we know there's some criticism here, that's what he does. He kicks it out, and that's why his assist numbers are so high, because he collects people in the paint. Now, when you're talking about what Doris says, he does need to be more aggressive in that paint. There's a difference between creating for your teammates and then shying away from the moment or easy buckets, and that's the balance that he has to find.
I'm just glad he's on the floor and he's acknowledging that he has to play through his mistakes, because that's going to be the most key for him. It's not going to be perfect when you start. I think he only had, like 5 or so points, or like 6 and 7 or something like that. So, yeah, they're great expectations based on his historically, tenure with the Sixers, but this is the Nets. He's been gone for like 400 days or so from playing basketball.
Yeah.
It's going to take him some time. I really do like what Doris said in saying that if you're in the paint, you've got to look to score, even though you're a natural born passer. The difference between you and Jay Kidd is that you're like 6'10". And so there's an expectation there where you can finish.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? Jag from Jaggy Sports here. You guys saw the clips, and you know what? Ben Simmons looks good. It took some time. Right, he had to deal with a lot of mental health issues and stuff like that, and I'm glad he did. I truly believe he's happy. He's obviously got to work on his shot, but that's not what they need him for, because they already got Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant for that, and obviously Joe Harris and Seth Curry. But take a look at his play, right? 7 assists or something like that, 10 rebounds or something, some crazy stat line. And, he didn't really have to do all the shooting, but he was present for their plays. His defensive ability is unbelievable. And, I just think that Ben Simmons being on the Brooklyn Nets is actually better, obviously, than James Harden being on the Nets, right? So I think this is going to be a good year for the Nets. Ben Simmons' addition is unbelievable, especially when you have not so good defense already. But if you add Ben Simmons to the mix, now you actually are proving that you guys are actually defensive. Because I don't want to say they tore up Milwaukee Bucks, but they obviously won the game, and they gave Milwaukee some trouble. So at the end of the day, Ben Simmons on the Nets is proving that it is a good thing that he is happy and he's doing what he's supposed to do, which is play defense. And his assists last night, if you guys saw the assist, you're going to be like, what the hell? Like, his court vision is unbelievable. His court vision is unbelievable. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a fun season for the Nets. If you're a Nets fan, it's going to be a fun season for Ben Simmons, obviously, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving. Tell me what you guys' thoughts and opinions are. Is Ben Simmons in the old, and will he prove that, having Ben Simmons on the Nets will actually push the Nets into a longer postseason and actually make the playoffs? Does this make Nets contenders, right? With the juggernauts of Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, does this make them actually contenders for the championship. Can they knock off the Warriors? Can they knock off the Clippers? Can they knock off the 76ers? I just think that it's actually a fairly good thing that Ben Simmons is playing good and he's got his mind right. So this is Jag from Jaggy Sports. Leave a comment in the comment section.